Hey, it's to the point with Mike, Leo, and Vince.
It was muted. Yeah.
Hey, welcome back,
we just
guys.
Started. Yeah, welcome back.
Vince, Mike.
You guys enjoying your vacation? You guys been on vacation, right?
I've been on vacation. A little vacation, spring break, a little bit of everything mixed together, you know. Not really a vacation, just a long weekend, you know, just a little fun.
Vince, did I see you on the news down there on Southern Boulevard and near Mar-a-Lago? They said Trump supporters were gathering, protesting down there.
No, I wasn't there. But
you weren't there.
No.
That wasn't you? Was your were your flags on the back of the truck, Vince?
No.
Do you guys remember that? Do you guys remember that? I hated that shit so bad.
I loved
it. It irritated the shit out of me.
I thought it was fucking
because I was like, "What's the whole fucking point? Like, what was the point?"
The only reason I thought it was awesome is name another president that's ever happened.
No,
where they're driving around with big freaking flags on the back of their trucks, and people were wrapping their vehicles.
But like, where did that come from, though? Like, let's put a fucking flag in the back of my truck and start fucking.
I mean, they've done it for like sporting events and stuff, but
yeah, I guess so.
I don't know. I've never seen that in politics, like wrapping their vehicles.
Did you guys ever see that one Trump truck driving around the old man with an old like Ford 250?
I don't know, but I remember like the pop up the roadside stands selling all Trump this and all Trump that. They'll be back. They'll be back. Oh yeah.
You think so, Mike?
Yeah, because like what I'm looking at right here, I say that because they say supporters gathered along Southern Boulevard Bridge with the possibility that Donald Trump could soon be indindicted.
Right.
Groups of supporters gathered near Mar-a-Lago to show their continued devotion to the former president.
You thinking it's gonna be back?
Well, see,
or
Trump was smart. He went into social media the other day and said, "Tomorrow I'm getting arrested."
Tuesday. He said Tuesday. Tuesday. He was reacting to an indictment on Tuesday.
Right.
But
he was smart, in my opinion, by just throwing it out there ahead of time, whether they're going to do it or not. But if they do, he called it, and it makes him look good.
Well, he gave them.
It was a smart move.
I mean, if they did arrest him, it would definitely be. They might as well swear him in the next day. You know, what they're doing is sealing the election for him coming around and then it sets a precedent. You know, you got Obama who killed a 16-year-old kid, American kid with a drone. Even though he was a terrorist, he was still an American, and they killed him with a drone strike in, I think it was Yemen, a country we're not even at war with. And he gets away with it.
Who's this?
Well, that was Obama, and then you got Bush, who started a war over weapons of mass destruction that everybody knows never existed.
Right.
You know, so and what are they going after Trump for?
Yeah, and our current president gave Afghanistan tanks and all kinds of. Yeah, he just gave it to them.
Never mind the Chinese connection and all that. It's just ludicrous, man. I can't believe it's even. Even a question.
So you think the flags and all that stuff and all the Trump stuff and all that is going to come back?
Oh yeah. Well, here it is. Here's pictures of it at Southern Boulevard.
So do you think it's going to? Do you think
he's on the flag?
Put it on our page. Just
go on Amazon right now.
This is WPTV right here.
Leo, go on Amazon right now and type in Trump and look at all the shit that'll pop up.
Look, for example, you go to WPTV. This is the leading story. Trump supporters gather along. Look at the second story. Trump faces several legal battles. Look at the third story. 5 questions surrounding Donald Trump's possible arrest. Fourth story, in Trump case, New York grand jury appears near end of its work. Fifth story, more Trump. It's the top 5 stories.
So I heard something.
Trump. The first 5 stories are all Trump, and then it goes into Fort Pierce MLK Day massacre, whatever the hell.
So what is this? So what do I hear? Is what I'm hearing correctly that he's going to jail, or
he's not going to go to jail,
or he's going to prison?
No, there's a DA.
Or what did I hear? Tell me what I heard.
There's a DA in New York who's radical, progressive, and he's bringing back charges of something that happened back in 2006, but because there was new discovery, because he was willing to listen to somebody else. So it's new. It reissues the statute of limitations. So now he's going after.
I heard something about like one of his former lawyers that came out and
Yeah,
said
Michael
that,
Cohen.
said
He
that
was a
they paid
frickin'
off some girl.
slimy ass.
Oh,
attorney.
yeah.
Stormy Daniels. She was a
Something about,
porn star.
You're right.
He
That's
did.
what I
He
heard.
paid her money, and they're
That's what I
considering
heard.
it.
That's
They're
what I heard.
considering it hush money,
Hush
which
money.
it was
That's
an
what I-
NDA.
that's what I
it was
heard.
an NDA. It was a non-disclosure agreement where somebody gets paid. You know, and for whatever reason, you know, does it matter?
No.
I mean, does it really matter?
No.
And it was something, but now they're
Not
trying.
even a little.
But now, how he's getting this grand jury
Okay,
to
so see-
possibly indict him is based on he's tying it into election fraud somehow or campaign fraud. I don't know, but it was happened a long time ago, and it was something resurfaced back in 2016.
This is the problem that I have. Okay, they're trying to get him. Okay, he had hush money because she was the next Playboy or whatever she was. You know, okay, maybe he got some happy endings from the lady. Who cares?
Yeah.
Okay, it is what it is. It's long gone. Okay,
Whatever.
but what about this laptop?
What laptop you referring to, Leo?
The one that we have with
the Hunter Biden
Hunter
laptop.
Biden laptop.
Yeah, well, I'm sure
You
there's
know what's
plenty.
up with that? You know,
Yeah, they don't want that out.
My thing is, don't come at me if you have stuff too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they have dirt too. So why are you gonna come at me and
This
say,
is-
"Oh, this you did this and you did this," but yet, okay, well,
See, and
you're having the
that's-
same thing too. Well,
that's-
yeah, hey,
That's the part of politics, though, that I can't stand. It's like the attack campaigns where you attack the.
we just need to get rid of the government. And if the government hears me say that, hey, come after me, whatever. This is I'll text
This
me.
is Stormy
I'll give you my
Daniels, the
address.
one who apparently had a fling with him briefly that he
Okay.
paid off. But
Okay, well,
Whatever.
I'm sorry. Maybe she needed plastic surgery. Well, yeah, she's gonna do whatever. And now she didn't have enough money. Now
Maybe-
she's trying to go after them.
It's not gonna
Maybe he had
take-
too many drinks
like,
one
so
night
what?
and got a little handsy.
It's
Whatever,
not
it
gonna-
happens.
You know, it's like I'll just pay you off for whatever reason. I have the money here. Take it. It's not hush money. It's just, what do you want? You want the money? Here it is. Take it. I got
It's
plenty
not
of it. That's probably what he says. I got plenty of money.
yeah. It's not going to change anybody's mind,
money.
though, man.
Listen, so much money. Wasn't he? Wasn't receiving a paycheck and his paycheck was just being donated? Wasn't he the one? Wasn't Trump the one?
Yeah, he didn't take a paycheck.
Okay, so there you go.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah,
it was
so
hush
it's
money,
interesting, you
so
know.
if it was hush money, it was his own money. It was it money
Well,
that
he's
he
a
was getting
billionaire.
paid.
He can do whatever the hell he
Exactly,
wants
so
with his money.
you know, whenever he moved into the White House,
I don't know
he was
how they're tying
downsizing
it
his house.
to. Yeah, I just don't know how they're tying it into.
I bet if there was a way to look
I don't
into.
even like the guy.
But if there was a way to look into how many billionaires pay people hush money,
Thousands, Vince. Thousands.
probably almost every billionaire does it.
Everyone that has an affair or something like that.
Either that, or it could even be something to do with even business. Nothing even.
I mean, look at. Hey, listen.
All the
listen, look
all
at
those
our-
billionaires are doing
Vince.
illegal stuff through their businesses
Vince,
as
look-
well.
Look where we live.
Yeah.
We live in Indian River County. You know.
Well, I noticed we have.
Look at our sheriff's department here,
this
just in Indian River
the
County.
election. Now somebody
tells you
had
everything,
posted a
man.
screenshot of
This is just
filed candidates for the sheriff's department, or actually for the local elections.
local elections.
And they were highlighting the fact that Brian Barefoot, school board from Johns Island, who's got no kids or grandkids or nothing like that. He's sleazy, sleeps at the meetings, whatever. He filed to run again, but it also shows that there was Keith Touchberry, who's the Fellsmere police chief, and Deborah Cooney, who I don't really know what she does, but she's out there and she's ran a couple times, and she's more along the lines of from what I've heard, the more like the LGBTQ,
Who's this?
Don't forget the plus.
BLM and the Antifa crowd, with no law enforcement background, and she's ran for sheriff a couple times. So I don't know. You know, the current sheriff, I guess, I don't know how it works, if he's filed yet or what, but yeah. So that'll be interesting coming up, considering some of the I don't know what you'd call it that's gone on in this county. You know, I don't really I don't pay as much attention as I should, but
Yeah. No, but I'm just saying, you know, like it's still like
everybody's human, you know.
Yeah,
but
we
still.
are human, but it's just how are you going to enforce the law or enforce whatever if
Well, this guy said stuff in his swearing in and then completely, hypocritically did the complete opposite of what he expected from the guys who work for him. But whatever. I mean,
so he's perfect for moving up in politics.
Right.
So listen, so
probably.
So going into this conversation, right? I was speaking to my wife the other night because I was telling her a story, and I was telling her that my eyes are deceiving. She's like, "What do you mean they're deceiving?" So then when we got into this, conversation, how I was telling her pretty much what is normal, because what you see and what you do, say I'm gonna use myself as an example, right? Like I have a set routine that I got to do every single day. You might look at it and be like, Leo's kind of crazy, like that's not right.
Well, everybody's got their
thing.
Okay, but in everybody's eyes, that's deceiving though. Like in my eyes, I think that's kind of odd. In your eyes or in your mind, you're thinking that's kind of odd.
Right.
Yeah,
if I watched your routine, I would probably see some stuff and I'd be like, oh, that's weird. But if you watch mine, you'd say the
so
same
what's
thing.
the right and what's the wrong?
You do you.
So
right?
why can't people just do that nowadays?
Well,
It's
I
hard.
mean, it.
And I came
you
with the
can,
conclusion.
though,
I came with the
but-
conclusion, but I think my point was, I'm gonna get to the point. Eventually,
The government doesn't want us to
Thank
do
you.
You do you.
Thank you, Vince.
You do what they want.
Thank you. That's where that's how I came to the conclusion. I said, you know what? It's the government's fault. The government tells you,
Well,
this is
not
what it is,
so
and
much
this is
even
what it
the
is.
government. It's media, man. It's
Right.
whoever controls the message, and it's not always the government. They try their best, and they have their own wing, but sometimes I think they're controlled sometimes by
Absolutely.
the way the media can control how everybody feels about
I
certain
think
things.
I believe
Just the way things are worded,
I believe
headlines, the way
Right. I believe
it
some of the
invokes
richest-
feelings makes
some of the richest
makes
men in
it-
the world are controlling the media. What we see, not in every case. The
Right.
government's controlling some of it too, but
right?
a lot of the multi-billionaires that are out there that can control it as well.
But that's sad,
And some of them aren't even in this country.
Like the government has like a hold of everything, Like if we didn't have a government, how do you think we would be running, or how do you think we would run?
Well, complete anarchy
Yeah, we
is
gotta
no
have.
good.
You gotta have some sort of
Yeah.
system, whether you call it government or not. I mean, you still gotta have some laws and.
Okay, so who funds the schools and stuff like that, Mike?
So you gotta have some sort of taxes. I mean,
Well,
there's
tax,
gotta be.
tax money, yeah.
Tax money, and then all the tax money is all pretty much everything is pretty much just government, right?
Well, yeah, it definitely.
kinda all
You got
boils down to government, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I kind of like the system where they've talked about it in the past, as far as taxes go,
Right.
like social or not, but like FICA and all that would go away, and you're taxed just solely on the purchases that you make. So depending on what it is, there's a different tax bracket.
Right.
So it's kind of up. I kind of like that because you control your money more.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Your money's not just being taken ahead of time by the government.
Yeah, because we get taxed
you
for
decide
everything,
what
man.
I'm spending my money on. I
Right.
know there's a 20% tax on this. I know there's a 10% tax on that.
Right.
So it's still your decision.
Right. I agree with that, Vince. I like that idea. Is it Dubai or somebody like that? Some kind of
Yeah, I can't remember who.
everybody drives like fancy ass vehicles
yeah.
and fucking
Lamborghinis, Ferraris, they're
Lamborghinis,
all
as Granny would say.
millionaires, and
Dubai.
their class level is a little different.
Okay, Mike, but
Yeah.
look at their taxes.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know what they do, but
I don't. I
whatever,
think
they're
it's
all
like
rich.
how Vince is saying. Like whatever you purchase, that material, that item, or that food is going to have a certain tax on it. Either 10% or whatever. I agree with that, Vince. I think I would prefer to do that.
Yeah. I mean,
if I'm going to go to the grocery store and buy a steak,
yeah,
and say it's $80, I'm gonna be like, okay, well, I know I'm paying $80 or whatever I'm paying, but I'm only paying tax. I'm only being taxed one time.
right.
Well, there should just be one tax. Should be a sales tax. Should be no income tax, just the sales tax.
Right.
And do whatever, I mean, it might be higher, but if you didn't pay that income tax, if you didn't pay all the other sales taxes, the different sales taxes based on whatever you're buying, which is probably going to get totally freaking different when they switch over to the central bank digital currency coin. That's going to be another way to control you. But it's just I'm not even sure where we were going with this, but it's once they switch over, they're going to be totally controllable.
Yeah, you know,
where you spend your money, how soon you spend your money.
We were talking about the taxes, you know, how like we're spending taxes, but
That's right.
how you're saying, you know,
Should be one tax. Why? There's laws about double taxation. And
But
look
they-
how much they tax you. Death tax, property
oh,
tax,
Mike,
sales
let me tell you
tax.
guys one about good one
Business
about
tax.
Indian River County Sheriff's Department.
State tax.
Listen, so you know,
federal tax.
Yep. So you know how they had that sheriff
which
decoy
one?
cop at the on State Road 60.
Oh, yeah. They put them out. Yeah.
Well, okay, so listen. So this has happened like maybe a month or so ago because you haven't seen it on there, have you? It hasn't been there.
No, I think they moved them to US 1.
Well, this is what happened.
they did.
So you know VLE, man. Thank you to VLE. I leave a big shout out to VLE to having us out here. There's only in one podcast. Where can they listen to us?
It's a little.
Just about everywhere,
yeah.
even on YouTube now.
Thank you.
It's the area we
So,
record
anyways,
in, yep.
so somebody took a picture of it, right, and posted on the VLE page, right, and then put the stash. What is it? The statuities or whatever is pronounced about a vehicle being abandoned on the side of the road. And they wrote down like the whole law about it and like everything, and wrote down the number and this and this and that about it.
The statute and all
Yes,
that. Yeah.
everything, man. Mike, the next day that vehicle was
The car was
gone.
gone.
How is it okay
They'll
for?
get away with what they can.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
How is it
sometimes
okay?
they're not arbiter. They don't write the laws either.
Well, no,
So,
but,
but they need to be reminded that they're not above it either. Yeah.
They need to be educated
Yes.
about the law.
They're not. They're not though. They're not taught the law.
And
they're
they
taught
should
how
be.
to react to law breakers,
Right.
but they're not taught the Constitution.
Well, it's like
Vince,
I was watching.
I'm sure
a video.
they're taught like
I-
Second Amendment type stuff, like concealed carry. Well,
I was
I'm-
watching like a
Not discrediting
Facebook
cops.
short or
No.
whatever it was the other day, and the guy's watching from his apartment a cop car, and like he's got it from his apartment. He's getting their speeds, and a guy blows by like 100 miles an hour. He's like, get him, and then he's like, the cop didn't do anything, so he's like, what the fuck? And then it cuts to the police officer in the car, and he's in there doing a fucking TikTok or something, listening to music.
Well, in River County, it'd be his girlfriend in the back seat.
Yeah,
Probably.
exactly.
Yeah.
And 4 other cops right behind her.
There's a record, but I'm
Or was
sure
it
all
5?
the
I think it
counties.
was 5, wasn't
Oh, that was a different cop.
That was from
was
Ohio.
a different city. Yeah,
somewhere
not in
else.
Florida.
Yeah, not Florida.
I mean, I'm sure that's happening somewhere, but
But still, you know,
Whatever.
like it's just, I just feel like they just need to be more educated about the law. You know, sometimes it irritates me too. Like they'll fly right by you, full speed, but you don't have your lights going on. That you're going to an emergency because
So
why are you going so fast? You know, you could also hurt somebody. He can also be in a wreck with somebody. He could crash into me, and I
Yeah,
have my family
absolutely.
with me. And what are they going to say? Oh, well, he didn't have his lights on.
yeah.
So the house I used to live in, Leo, I was on kind of a busy road.
Right.
Literally at like 2 in the morning or something like that, I'd walk out my front door
Do
to
what
just,
you had to do, right?
enjoy the fresh air or whatever.
Right.
Literally on a regular basis, I would see cop cars line up and drag race down my street.
Yeah, man.
2 cop cars.
But let them
and-
see you out doing that, you know?
The
Like
problem
how
the problem is a lot of the cops are early 20s,
Yeah,
mid
they got it,
20s. I
man.
mean,
they feel, you know, like they're
and then
untouchable. You give them a
and the
badge and
laws
a
don't
gun,
apply to them.
right? You know. And
I mean, granted,
I don't know.
I'm not trying to talk bad about cops because I respect what
no,
cops
I'm not
do.
either. But
Most cops are
I
good
understand
cops.
they're there to do their job.
We just happen to have some of the finest around. Sometimes.
Well, they're hard to
Anyways.
come by, man. I can't do the job.
Well,
you
for what
know.
they get paid, I wouldn't want
And
to
you
do
got
what
to
they
be
do.
egotistical and a prick to
Yeah.
do that kind of job, anyways.
What's a cop make? Maybe 40 grand starting out.
Maybe,
I don't know.
Last time I looked, it was like
I don't
upper
know.
30s.
Here in Florida, though, like if you're relocating to Florida from
Y'all just
certain
need to-
states, that you get a sign-on bonus.
Right.
you
Y'all
know.
just need to stop coming to Florida. Period, man.
Well,
Like, there's
these
a
are
lot of
people who refused to get the vaccine and had to leave their jobs or were terminated.
But if you
because
think
of-
about it, Mike, everybody wants to come to Florida.
I know, man.
Doesn't
I
matter
know
where.
it's,
Doesn't
it's
matter.
It's a little scary
But
because what's our demographic
right?
is going to
It doesn't
change.
matter where you are in the world.
Not that I mind demographics
People want to
changing.
come to Florida,
but, yeah.
man. Like
Good weather.
everybody, literally every immigrant wants to come to Florida, man. Like,
Yeah.
what's up with that? Like,
Wow.
every immigrant wants to come to Florida.
Blue
Everybody
Ridge
from
Mountains
everywhere
look
else wants to
better
come
and
to
better
Florida.
every year, you know. But I love Florida. You know,
I like
don't
Florida.
really
I just
wanna
don't like the
relocate,
Florida pollen season right
Yeah,
now.
I
You
know,
know,
right?
because it
Well,
gets
I don't
me.
like the swelter and heat.
Well,
but
it's
this is
funny.
where
so
my life is.
we all live in Florida, but all three of us, we take vacation in the mountains to
in northern
Yeah.
Georgia.
get away
dude.
from Florida.
Go to Georgia.
It's like a different world, but it's only
Usually it's
8
the other way
hours
around.
away.
Everybody's coming
Yeah.
from the mountains,
Yeah.
come to Florida.
It's not bad though. I like it up there. It's awesome, man. It's fucking
Yeah.
weather out in the middle of nowhere, and it's awesome. I don't know. I enjoy
Yeah.
it a lot.
I like being out in the woods, and the kids enjoy it too. Speaking about Trump,
back
all the stuff going on with Russia and Ukraine right now. It was just a week or two ago. We intercepted, or what was it? One of our bombers were intercepted by a Russian. No, one of our Reaper drones over the Black Sea was down by a couple of
shot
Russian
down.
jets.
No,
Well, they
was it
didn't
an
say that.
accident? They said it was
didn't
an
say that.
accident. Or
They didn't admit that. They said these Russian pilots were dumping fuel on the thing, and they were trying to make it crash, and eventually one clipped it and made it go down. I think they shot it down, but our government didn't want to say that because
Probably.
then we have to make a reaction.
So, and
But
what
it's a
I had,
Reaper drone,
what I had
yeah.
heard when it
Which is-
came out
yeah.
is, of course, they're claiming it was over their air zone where we're not allowed to have anything. Our government was saying it was over, what do you call it, international waters, so it was fair game. But
yeah, that was over the Black Sea.
I believe it was probably over where it wasn't supposed to be, and they were in the right to shoot it down.
Well, what happened today or yesterday? I guess a couple more Russian jets intercepted a couple of our nuclear bombers that was flying around over in that area also. And there's some video footage out there. I can probably find it here in a minute, but it was international airspace, and they're like our giant bombers, carrier, nuclear bombs. But they were kind of harassing that too. So it makes you wonder, are they really playing with us, or who is playing with us? Like, what are they showing us?
Right.
Are they showing us everything?
Are they not
Are
showing?
they telling us the whole story, or are they
or-
manipulating the story?
Right, or is half of this just made up?
I think
We don't know.
Exactly.
All we know
don't
is what
They're
they tell us.
and every time they tell us something, it's not correct.
I don't believe anything they
Let
tell
me
us.
see. Let me see if I can.
Every
find
time they
it.
tell us, it's not correct.
What
I'm
they
just
tell,
saying.
what they say, it's something else. That's what I.
Always.
Well,
automatic-
yeah, it's
I automatically say, okay, well, that's not the truth. Not 100%. It might be partially true, but there's something. They always bend it.
Always, Vince. Why do you think I don't like the government, Vince? Because they always tell you the opposite. If they tell you something is purple, you better go and read and find out, because that shit might not be purple.
Let's see if I can find video.
Might be pink, as far as we know. That's just how they work, man. I don't like that. Just be honest with me. Tell me the truth. Get right to the point.
Well, you never know,
You know?
because it's you never know who's telling the truth, and
Yeah, you don't. That's why you got to go out there and do your own research, read, find out. Because if not, you'll be stuck in the same hole as everybody else. Doing the same thing
And
as everybody else.
And here's the thing: you do your own research. You still might not know the truth.
Yeah.
But at least you know the different possibilities.
Right. That's
So
out
you
there.
still don't know. You might not still know the 100% what the truth is, but
Let's
at
see.
least you know what they're telling you is probably not the truth, and that there's other options.
Oh, I know there's other options.
all right, let me see if I can pull this up.
I was
on
one of those
screen.
people, man. I fell into the system, Just believe what they tell you.
Here is Russian Su-35 fighter jet intercepting 2 U.S. B-52 nuclear bombers over the Baltic Sea. Maybe.
Is that the
So
bombers?
if you're watching, you can watch us on YouTube or Spotify. Or Rumble, you can see the video. Otherwise, it's out.
What happened? That's all it's showing?
Yeah, that's all they showed because it was actually footage from, I believe, a Russian fighter jet. But
Minutes ago, we just got dramatic new video from the Pentagon released by the military where you can see a Russian fighter jet as it was approaching the back of the American drone that has now been
This was
down
the
for
drone
about
from
4,000
last
to
week,
5,000 feet in the Black Sea.
So we're being made
In
a
this
fool of, almost to the point to where they're going to force our hand to do something, and it's almost scary to think that.
It's just, I think it's just a bunch of, I don't know, man. Like,
Well,
they're
they're
just trying to
start- well,
distract
they're-
us from something, man.
Yeah, but
Started
the
with these fucking
problem
white
is
balloons.
it'll work. It'll
yeah,
work.
it's working.
People will actually root for war with Russia.
Oh, it's working.
The
it's
problem is,
working.
like
Wait till
what
go.
we were just talking about, Leo. Unfortunately, the majority of people believe what they're being shown.
Yeah, man, it's
They're not doing their own research. Whatever
man.
CNN shows them, that's got to be true.
no, it's not.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting because
People, whenever we do go to war, watch, people are gonna be upset. Oh, we went into war. We went into war. It's like, okay, well, this is what you guys wanted this whole time. You were trying to,
Well,
like
that's
you guys
like
are paying
I've
attention
said
and listening
that,
to
you know,
these
like
things.
a lot of people are going to die in that kind of a war. And right now, they show Xi from China is funding Russia in the war in Ukraine, but yet they've got assets in Ukraine also. So it's just they've built an axis of evil, and that's how they're going to paint the picture for us to get on board with it. And you're talking China, Russia, I think it's India or Thailand, South Africa, and I believe Saudi Arabia they're all working with the Russian ruble and not just solely on the United States petrodollar. So
Good way to track who might be
There's
against us in a potential
well, that's it right there.
world war.
Yeah, that's it, because the Chinese own them all, pretty much. And then Italy, most of Italy is owned by China. So I don't know. And then they just keep pushing this narrative, and I don't know. It's scary to think that we can be at war with Russia. Everything they've taught us, if you're in your 40s or 30s, I'm sure, is Russia is like our arch enemy. The Cold War, nuclear threat. They're going to be the death of us, and we're going to be the death of them. And meanwhile, China's over there just twiddling their thumbs, building a stockpile of super high-tech stuff that's way advanced than both of us, and they own half the world already, including us.
Oh, they already own
half
us.
our land. I mean,
Everybody has the
debt,
TikTok app downloaded. They already
They own our current
boom,
president
there
candidate.
you go. You're logged in.
yeah, so I don't know how that's going to work out, but I hope my kids don't have to fight in a war over the Ukraine.
Yeah, I know.
I really don't care about
That
the
is a
Ukraine
little
that much.
scary.
It's the most corrupt country in Europe, besides Russia and China. And it was just a breeding ground where our people ran amok, and now it's under threat to be exposed by Putin, who's an evil person too, so there's
Right.
no sympathizing for him, but that's kind of like, well, I hate to compare him to Trump, but you know how you can say Trump was no good, but he did good. He exposed the wound. He did what he came to do, and he showed us how just corrupt the system actually is. And that's what Putin is threatening to do with what he finds in the Ukraine.
Right.
Why else would we pump billions of dollars? It's a freaking landlocked country out there with a little bit of piece of Black Sea or something like that. I don't even know what sea it's on. Can you find Ukraine on the map? Put a globe in front of you. Can you find a Ukraine?
No.
You'd have to look, but it's not like you can just like find a body of water.
I mean,
and
I
say right
probably know now. Now I probably, yeah.
I know
but-
whereabouts
I'd
it's
have
at,
to
but
look.
I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
take a minute to really
there. Look at the words.
right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I mean, I know where the
Yeah,
area,
yeah.
but
Right,
yeah,
yeah,
to
that's what
find
I'm
the
saying.
actual.
Somewhere around
Right.
Russia,
Yeah.
which is half of Europe. But yeah, it's just amazing how much we're willing to put into a country our kids will have nothing to do with.
Is Russia bigger than the U.S., Mike? You think?
The
Land-wise?
The
Yeah,
land, yeah.
I
but
think it's
most of their land
Yeah.
is tundra. I mean, it's
yeah,
not.
it's pretty bad.
It's what?
It's like
It's useless land.
Yeah,
Why is it?
It's like
the
the-
frozen tundra kind of
yeah.
deal. I mean, it's
like northern Canada
It's just a
type
big
shit.
block of ice. I mean,
Is it really?
oh yeah, most of it.
Yeah.
Most of it's pretty much inhabitable.
And
I mean,
the-
there's people that live in some of it, but I mean,
When the Germans were invading, I think it was Stalingrad or something like that. They blockaded the city, but the pure cold just like destroyed them because they weren't prepared
that's
for
one of the reasons
them to hold out as long.
It's
And
one of the reasons Russia wants
winter
Ukraine
killed them
back.
off. Yeah.
Because
What?
Ukraine used to be part of Russia.
Right.
That's
And
one
it's
of the
got
reasons
assets.
they want it back.
It's got minerals
wheat,
and
I think, is
water rights that Russia
Yeah.
was cut off from
Huh.
when they lost the Ukraine.
They lost.
They
That
were
was a
part of
good
the
chunk of
USSR.
their valuable land.
Yeah, it was all part of the
I don't blame them
USSR.
for. I don't blame them
Yeah.
for wanting it back.
Huh.
It was part of the USSR, and that's the breed Vladimir Putin comes from. He's a former KGB. He wants to see I forget what it actually stands for, but he wants to see the Russian Federation back.
Right.
You know, with all the satellite countries, they consider theirs that they
Right.
were taken from them, and you know, I think there's something scary to think about going to war with them because
Yeah,
it's a
absolutely.
commitment,
Hell
you know,
yeah.
and it's you think about Joe Biden or who might be in office when it happens, you know. Hopefully, it never happens, but we can't count on a Donald Trump keeping us out of war forever.
No.
He's not going to live forever. He can't be president more than 4 more years. And I'm not even sure about DeSantis, you know? Like, I'm still,
How old
I'm
is that
still-
man?
Who, DeSantis?
Trump.
76.
76.
But he's healthy. He's a
Yeah.
healthy 76.
He's not fumbling Joe.
Yeah, Joe belongs in a nursing home.
76. Man, I still think we should have younger presidents. I mean, I think there should be a
Well,
age
yeah,
I
but if
agree.
it takes somebody like
Well, yeah, if it takes somebody like that,
Trump
though.
to get
Yeah.
it back in
Right.
line, it's like sometimes you need.
Yeah,
somebody
you
to come
do.
and say,
I would like
"Come
to
on."
see presidents a little younger, yeah. But I also,
I'm not saying he's forgetting shit.
I'm not saying,
you know?
I'm not saying DeSantis' age. What is DeSantis? Mid 40s?
I think he's
upper 40s,
late 40s.
Okay.
late
I mean,
40s, close to 50s.
Yeah, I mean, I generally when I'm thinking of a president for me, like mid 50s to
Yeah.
60.
I say 60.
Yeah.
No more than 70.
Mid 50s to mid 60s. That
Maybe even 60s.
Oh shit!
Ooh,
I mean,
DeSantis is
but
44 years old.
44 years old.
yeah.
That's
So
young,
he's
man.
what, a year
He's
older than
He's
you?
a year older than me.
He's a year older than you, Mike?
Man, I could have been a governor. no,
You still can, Mike.
no.
Listen, man.
You know
listen,
what, Mike? Hold
listen,
on, hold on.
listen.
I know
I'm gonna
too,
tell you
I know,
something. Listen,
I know too much about
just-
you, Mike.
Right,
I ain't,
there's-
vote, I ain't
too
voting-
many
I ain't
people.
wasting my vote.
Listen,
no, I'm just
too
kidding.
many
I'm
people
just
know
kidding.
too
Listen,
much.
no, listen. I'm gonna tell you what I put on Instagram just here a minute ago. It says, if you really want something, stop waiting for it to come to you.
Yeah, okay.
Go out there and grab it with both
Who
hands.
said that?
I put that on Instagram.
Oh, you put that, okay.
You know, because it's true, man. You know, we wanted this podcast for the longest time. You know, we would always talk about it.
It
We
took
would
a little
always-
inspiration.
You know, we would always talk
Yeah.
about it. We would always say, and then one day we were just like, order the equipment. Order the equipment.
and we did. We had it the
And we
next
did.
day.
And we had it the next day. in our
Amazon
both,
Prime.
And then we updated.
and it was
yeah.
on our both hands,
Yeah.
you know. So we went out there and got it. So if you guys dream it and believe it, and go for it, man. Do it. You could do it. Like anything is possible,
whatever.
man. You know.
You might not get the reaction you want at first, but you just keep at it.
Hey, you just
Whatever.
keep going,
Yeah.
man. Consistency. You
we
know.
ain't made a dime. We've lost money because of buying the stuff.
Yeah,
But
yeah. But we
I'm having
enjoy
a good-
it.
I'm having a good
we
time.
enjoy it.
Mentally, it's good for us.
If it
you know?
weren't for the guys at TGI now, we probably wouldn't have gone this far.
we wouldn't have had
Yeah.
that little push. Like going there,
Yeah.
seeing their setup, you know, meeting them, talking to them about it. You know, yeah, that was the little nudge that we needed to finally.
Hopefully,
it.
we can do some stuff with them later on.
Collaborate.
And, grow
Little things,
our
yeah.
audiences. They've already got a pretty good following. We can use some. We can use some more, but whatever. Yeah.
So yeah.
Anyways, you guys want to take a break?
Yeah, we'll take a little
All right,
quick break.
take a break.
So we'll be right back.
And break.
Right, and back.
Are you playing the? Hey, it's To the Point with Mike, Leo, and Vince.
All right. Here we are, guys. We're back.
You all right, Leo?
Get all
Hey,
this technical stuff
Allergies
figured
getting you?
out.
Are we back though?
Make sure you give us a follow, man. I don't think we talked about that earlier, but we like to get the extra.
Give us a
followers.
share.
It's pretty
Before
cool,
you give us a follow, give us
it's
a
all
share.
interesting. Like,
And before you give us a
it's
share, give us a
embarrassing,
follow.
too. I'm a little shy, but I think it's
I
pretty
ain't shy,
cool.
man.
I am.
I came to a point, man, that. No, I take that back.
Never mind, he said.
No,
Like
but you know what though, Mike?
Homer in the head.
See, that's where I don't know, man. Like, I'll tell you a little background about me. Like when I go to places, I don't like to eat. Like if you invite me to go somewhere, like if I'm with you guys, I feel comfortable. I can eat. You know what I'm saying?
So you don't like being like in?
I feel like I'm being watched.
So what if you're out to eat with family or friends?
If I'm comfortable with you, yeah, I'll fucking pick the fuck out. I mean, you guys know,
Yeah.
man.
No, I get what you're saying. Like if all of a sudden you got
But
invited.
But say if
got
you invite
invited
me
to
to your
somebody's
house, if you invite me to your house, Vince, like with your family and stuff
right,
like that,
you don't know my family, so
right.
you're not going to feel comfortable.
I'm not gonna feel as comfortable.
I mean,
That's just me. That's just
you've met my dad a few
right.
times.
That's
but-
just me, though. Like, but here we go again with the like my vision. Like, is that right? Like 'cause some people might take that as offensive. Like, oh, you come to my house. How?
No, I mean, I agree.
I mean,
with
how
that.
do
There's
Italian
a
people
certain
feel? How do
awkwardness.
Italian people feel, Vince?
I mean, there's a certain. I mean, Italian people are about family, so
They're gonna feed you, and if you don't eat, you gotta like. It's like, come on, man.
I mean,
you're not
there's
gonna
a
eat my
certain.
food, man.
Do
you see what I'm saying, though, Mike?
I hate. But yeah, I'm the same way, and I hate when like they force it on you.
Even
After
worse,
you say
man.
no, after you say no, I'm
No, I'm
good.
good.
And it's just like they keep going and going. And it's like, no, man, I'm
Like,
good,
I'm
man.
good, man.
I'm good.
Like
they
my
get
mom-
offended. It's like, no, man, I didn't know you. You're like, I already ate. Like, I don't want to eat again. It's like, I'm good, man.
I prefer for them to tell me, okay, well, if you don't want to eat, I'll get you a to-go plate. All right, bet. I'll do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I'll feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just me, though. Like, I don't know. Like, I grew up with my mom always saying, eat before you go somewhere. And I never understood why she said that. She would always be like, eat before you go somewhere.
Because you don't know.
It's good advice.
We go to
Right,
let's
you
say,
don't know what's going to happen.
If we're going out to dinner, it's one thing. But if we're going to a
Nah,
family member's house,
I still eat,
if
man,
we're
because
it's cheaper. But if
no,
we're
not just
going
that. They're
to
not going to fill me up.
if we're going to a family member's house and they're gonna have food there, it's always like, well, I'm gonna eat on the way. That way, I don't seem like a pig while I'm there eating.
Thank
just
you,
in
Mike.
case I'm super hungry.
But see
and
how
there-
your eyes are
and there's
deceiving? Is
not
that right
enough.
or is that wrong, though?
Well, I
I
don't
think
want
it's
to.
normal.
It's like
You think it's
know,
normal?
I think it's normal.
It's like
I
pre-gaming,
think so, I mean,
It's like,
Like pre-gaming?
yeah, it's like, I don't know.
But but see, that's again, like how we were saying, how you're shy. I'm a very shy person too. But if like you would, like if you guys would be like, Leo, you ain't shy, man. Like, but I am. Like I do shut down at some points where I'm just like just like
Well,
I
everybody
can't
does
be.
at some point.
Yeah,
But
so
some
I've-
people just
I've
have it
seen-
in them. They just like boom, boom, boom.
And you
boom.
have it both ways, though, Leo.
Yeah,
because
I
I've
know.
seen it where you're very outgoing,
Yeah.
and then I've seen you where you're shy. Before,
Yeah, I'm just
too.
shy. I just kind of just mellow down. Just like, I don't want to be seen. I don't want nobody to ask me. I don't want to be here. Like it's just like, like to put you in. But you never know. Everybody's different.
I don't like
guess.
the attention.
me. I mean, I don't mind
I
it.
do. I don't really like.
I don't like
attention.
attention either.
Like just the
Depends
whole-
on the
I don't like
attention,
being
though,
the
like-
center. I don't like being center of attention.
Unless I'm at the shooting range and I'm
I
the
like
only
seeing
guy
the
with a fully
attention,
automatic
but I
rifle.
don't like
That's
seeing
the
that-
kind of attention I
Now,
do like.
that's the kind of attention you want. So go with that. What was? So whenever you go to the range, and if you want to say
well,
make a
if-
statement at the range,
If
Vince,
I
what
was
would you
able
do?
to go to the range and had a fully automatic rifle, that's the kind of attention that's cool, because
And
everybody
why
wants
are
to
we
shoot
not
it.
allowed to have
But
fully automatic?
I do not have a fully automatic rifle.
But
just
why
for
are
the
we
record.
not allowed to have something like that?
Because our Second Amendment rights were infringed.
Yeah, pretty much. Why?
So what
you
is
can
a
own
fully automatic
cannon,
gun?
But you can't.
It's a
own.
gun where you can hold the trigger down and it keeps firing until you take your finger off the trigger.
And do we have any of those available?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who has those?
the government.
or
but-
people with a certain class
you're
A or
so
something
I can
like that.
get
don't know
one
what it
if I
is.
want to, Leo.
But you have to get a license, don't you?
Well, I have to put fingerprints on file and all that,
Pay a
which
certain amount,
you
yeah.
pay a certain fee, and
Which your fingerprints are already on file if you have a
if
concealed
you
weapon.
have a
permit.
concealed weapons permit, yes, unfortunately,
Which is borderline illegal.
right.
It is.
But to be completely honest with you, I'd rather have my concealed weapons permit. So yes, my fingerprints are on
So
file from
would
that.
you consider getting one of these? I don't know, what is it, like an insurance, a license, or or what is it?
You're paying a tax, basically.
Okay, so
it's
it's a
another
tax.
tax.
Right.
Surprise, surprise.
Another freaking tax.
So would you
that you're okay with.
say if you could get yourself, if you could get a hand,
That's how they get you.
your hands on a gun like this, Vince? Would
So
you think about getting would you think about paying
Most people would say no. F that. I'm not paying the tax. But
With your kind of money.
well, no.
No, I'm just
If that's the problem, because I mean, these guns you're
Yeah.
talking, a lot of them are like $20,000.
Are they really?
A lot of them. I mean, you can get a few that are in the.
And the tax,
Maybe
the
4 or
tax
5
stamp is
grand,
not
but
cheap on them either, right? It's like thousands of dollars, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember. I know the regular. Like if you just want to get a regular short barrel rifle or something like that, the tax isn't bad on something like that. But I think for the fully automatic, it may be like $1,000 or something like that. But
I
if
don't know.
could-
Somebody in my
if I
neighborhood's
could
got one.
really get my hands on one, I had,
yeah?
They were getting pretty
and I
reckless
could get
the
a good
other day.
deal on one. Yes, I would pay the tax if the opportunity was there.
Can you make a fully automatic gun?
Yes.
No.
Not legally.
No.
But is that considered a ghost gun?
No, it's
Well,
considered a legal
you-
firearm.
so it's probably starts off with a legal firearm, a serial record on it,
Ends up like
numbers.
7 felonies.
But you would need some kind of different, like,
So you have to register that gun with that serial number, stating, "Hey, I'm asking for permission. I want to turn this into a fully automatic rifle." And then you pay the tax. They usually ask you why you
crazy.
want it, and you got to answer some questions.
is it
Crazy.
easy?
No,
Do you think it's easy
It's a drawn
to
out.
do- to
It's
do it?
drawn out. It's like it could take you 6 months to a year to get it all approved and
it's
everything.
not worth it.
And then
Could.
again, but what would you use? So okay, so
why? What do you?
okay,
Need, what do they need to
okay.
know for anyway?
It's
Okay.
just they put you on a waiting list. Basically, it's just
I mean, you're not going to take it to a range. You're freaking.
They won't let you.
They won't let you shoot. They, as soon as
Well, there
they
are
hear it,
range-
they're going to freaking kick
well, there
you
are
out of there.
there are ranges that will let you shoot one.
Yeah.
Can you do like an outdoor range, probably?
I don't know if our current the one around here, if they allow them or not.
No, they won't let you rapid fire.
Yeah.
That's ran by the sheriff's department.
Yeah,
the
okay.
county. They will not let you.
I know
rapid
our
fire
indoor
there.
range here, you can't.
Why they're
rapid
scared? You
fire
think the
either.
Indian County Sheriff's
It's
Department?
not about rapid fire. It's all about like precision and accuracy and discipline. There's a range master.
yeah,
that-
outside for the
It-
community, but
it's
not for the
a good
boys.
place for me. You know.
I don't like it there because it's just too much. It's policed too much.
Yeah.
You can't just go there and have a good
The
time.
outdoor one?
Yeah. There's.
Yeah. Well, the
yeah.
indoor one we went to up
In-
in Melbourne was kind of heavily policed. Also,
Yeah, not
but it
as
was,
not as bad, I
yeah.
don't think. But the indoor one here in town,
Definitely a little more relaxed.
yeah, you can just kind of go there and.
Yeah,
relax.
but you're not firing off no.
Yeah, I mean,
What is
it's
it?
an indoor
Semi-automatic.
range.
Glock
So.
Okay, so
18
then why?
18 or
Okay, so
nothing
then
like
why
that.
do they on TV say
They'd be
sometimes
knocking on the
they say that these guns are like automatic ones that they use at schools?
They
or
call them
use-
assault rifles.
An
They
assault
call
They're
them
rifle.
not.
They're not.
Because AR, they assume AR stands for assault rifle, and it doesn't. It's Armalite. It's just a
Armalite.
style
It's just
of
a rifle company. They're the ones that patented all the different ARs. There's AR-15, AR-10, AR. there's
It's
all-
just like a
all
trim
different kinds of
model,
ARs.
and it just happens to be black, and it looks mean. So it's attractive to
It
a
looks-
consumer, and
looks like
anti-gun nuts. It's definitely.
Yeah, it looks like
They
what our
gotta look
military.
at is
It's
It
like,
looks,
oh my god!
It
it's
looks like what
AR
our military is
assault
using.
rifle,
So
yeah.
they look at it and they say, "Oh, that's
military
it's a
military
war gun.
grade.
It's a war
Yeah.
gun," is what they're thinking.
It's
And that's-
just a
whoa,
style of
whoa,
rifle
so-
that's
so-
ultra
so-
light.
So there you go. Is misinformation then?
Definitely.
Well, yeah.
And it doesn't matter what you tell them; they still say guns are bad and they should be illegal. And thank God they're not.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, I'm glad they're not. I mean, it's
I don't know about
you just
all
have to
these
use
lo-
them in the
There's
safe
so
way,
many
and proper
laws
way.
against them. Like, for instance, where I live, it's pretty rural, and I got a phone call from a neighbor the other night. I didn't take it because I don't take phone calls. That's just me.
I think that's everybody nowadays. Just text
his
If I don't know
message
the
was
number, I
about
don't take it.
somebody that moved into the area has been shooting, and it's something big, and something went through the grass beside him, and wanted to know if I knew anything. And I was at work, and then my phone starts blowing up from texts from family about somebody in the neighborhood shooting something big. It's like, great, So,
Did you hear it?
No, I was in Vero. I was at work. I was my closing open,
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear about that.
working down in the city.
So did you get home? You didn't hear anything later on or anything?
No. The next day I heard some stuff, but it was over before I can actually get outside. But I heard it from inside, and it sounded pretty freaking big.
Shit.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of scary
Yeah, it
because
is,
you're allowed to shoot in your backyard here in the state of Florida.
Can I shoot out here too?
If there's a complaint, technically yes, as long as you're not shooting over a roadway,
Right.
towards a roadway, or towards
or into somebody else's
yeah,
property.
you have to have a suitable backstop, and that suitable backstop could be deemed good or not by a responding deputy. Like when a deputy comes out, if he's okay with your backstop,
Right.
which 9 times out of 10 they are.
Why is that?
Because that's one thing about our county. It's pretty conservative.
Where
And
am I
second
shooting
of-
at though? Like if I would come out here, where would
I
I
don't
shoot?
know, but somebody out here tested it a few years ago. Where I'm at, it's
Somebody
definitely
at this table-
you don't matter.
Somebody at this table tested it
Yeah.
once too. I shot in my backyard.
Well,
Straight-
when I was in this area, I've
Yeah.
shot in the front yard too.
Yeah, I've shot.
Just-
With
right here,
my AR, yeah,
Just right here, like if I want to shoot out here, but I would have to shoot down in the ground.
yeah. Well, where else
Yeah.
am I shoot?
That's
This
what I
ain't
did. Just
Baghdad. Don't you
down
shoot
into
up in
ground.
the air or nothing like that.
So, and one time I did it because
Yay.
people were approaching my house.
Bang, bang, bang.
So you shot in the ground.
I had a whole group of people coming at my door.
Oh, that happened to me here. Yeah,
So,
in this area too.
oh yeah, you had a pretty
That dude
crazy
come out of the
incident.
ditch in front of the cow pasture in my front
Holy
yard. And
shit.
was like,
Oh, I was
all
think,
of a sudden there was a dude coming out the ditch.
I was thinking about that other instance where you had somebody drive through your gate in the middle of the night.
Oh, that was where I'm at now. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was.
Oh,
crazy.
yeah, I remember
was
that one
weird.
too,
Yeah,
Mike.
Yeah, that was super weird. I don't understand how that even came to fruition.
And like and sometimes you even think
Yeah.
about it. It's like maybe I was just dreaming and it never happened.
I slept through pretty much the whole thing. By the time they got me up, the dude was already back out, like he was leaving. It was weird because he driving an expensive car. He come through my gate and pushed it open, and then drove through it, which fucked his car up and my gate. And then pulled up behind my vehicles, which is not easy. Like it's not.
Yeah, not an easy.
At nighttime, it's hard. I don't know how he was able to get there.
I know where I'm
Right.
going in there, and sometimes I almost miss it. I mean,
Got out of his vehicle.
He might have. I'm surprised he didn't land inside the little pond you had, Mike.
Well, he got out. He parked behind my vehicles, got out, walked past my house
up to your parents' house.
to my parents' house, and started banging on the door.
Shit, so he might have walked quite a bit then.
So
Yeah, he walked.
Well,
He had to walk
like
at
right
least.
past my house. I don't understand.
He had to walk
at least what, a football field?
No,
100
maybe 50 yards.
maybe?
50 yards, maybe.
Maybe 50 yards.
50 yards.
Maybe, yeah.
Still, that's half a football field, though.
Because
You
he was
gotta walk.
probably at the
Yeah.
other end of your house.
So my father answered his door, and my father was like, "What are you doing here? Like you don't belong here."
and wasn't
and the
this
dude
what
was like,
what
"This
time
is-
was this, Mike? Like,
This was like midnight or 2:00 or something like that.
Yeah.
And my father told him he didn't belong there, and he was like, "This is where they sent me." And he was like, "Who sent you? You don't belong here. You better go." And that's what he did. He turned around and he walked back to his car, and he did a 3-point turn behind my truck without touching my truck or.
Falling into the
Elisa's.
fucking Elisa's.
He did he did a 9-point turn, or I don't know how the hell he did it, but you know how you do the hard
Yeah.
turn up behind where
Yeah.
I parked. Right there, he did somehow without hitting our vehicles or hitting a tree or anything. Turn around, and then he went back to the gate, which opens in. So he got out and he pulled it open, which couldn't have been very far. I don't understand.
Did he open it in, or was he pushing it in or pushing
He
it out?
drove it inward
The first time, so it was pushed
on
in
the way in.
and it's got an electric gate opener on it,
Right.
so it's got it's not. So it fucked up the gate, and he screwed up his car. It was like an Audi or something, and caught him down the road. He didn't get very far. He didn't get back into like Fellsmere city limits before the deputies had him
Down the
in
street.
Fellsmere Police. Because at the same time the Frog Lake Festival was going on, which is local.
Down the street. They had him
Yeah.
down the street. Yeah.
Yeah, and they said he was sober.
He was sober?
Something was fucked up with him. I didn't get a chance to introduce myself to him, but
Which is good, I guess.
yeah,
What
for
I-
him, yeah.
Well, I guess it's good.
Probably
Yeah,
for both
I'm
of
not
us.
saying,
I
you know.
can
But then
get
there
it.
again, that's your Second Amendment, man. That's your right. What are you doing in my yard if you don't live
Yeah.
in 3?
He's lucky he didn't
Two-
get shot.
What? That's
Yeah,
what I'm
like,
saying.
Like if my father was
What I
in
don't
a different
get-
mindset, he
That's
could've
what I'm
been
saying.
like-
What I don't get, I can see pulling up to the wrong house or something.
Come on, man.
But,
But
drive
forcing your
through
way
somebody's
through the
gate,
yeah.
like to literally force your way through with your
I wonder if the
vehicle.
police didn't just want to deal with the DUI because I'm sure it's a lot of paperwork. You know, they just didn't want to deal
No,
with
they
it.
were willing to take him in if we wanted to press charges.
I
about
would
the gate.
take his ass in. Go fuck.
No, because then it's like,
Then you got to deal with
really,
a bunch
though,
of
is it really freaking worth it? Like,
paperwork.
we were able to fix the gate right then and there, and it was like, I really don't want to go. I'm not going to Vieira or wherever the hell this guy's going. I'm not going to court. And like, it's going to be more of a pain in the ass for me, which is fucked up. Meanwhile, he's driving a freaking Audi or a Mercedes or some shit like that, which wasn't worth very much after that. But whatever.
Right.
I never seen him again, so
Well, that's good.
yeah, I never
Yeah,
got to
just
see him to begin
crazy
with. So.
shit.
Yeah, man. But then, yeah,
That
you know,
takes
that's-
balls, man. Like, who was setting him up? Like, if somebody did tell him to come somewhere out there, even if he was,
Like, I wonder what he looked like.
that
you
takes
know, like,
balls out there to just show up at somebody's
And
property.
here's the
at
thing.
freaking midnight.
I ain't driving. I ain't
Like,
driving
what was he
through
looking
somebody's
for?
gate.
Maybe he was looking for drugs, so maybe they sent them out that way, or
Maybe out in the middle of
I
nowhere.
don't
Maybe he
know,
took the
but-
wrong Willow Street.
Like if I was certain I was at the right place,
I wondered that too.
I might walk
Yeah,
past
but
your
I
gate
don't know,
and go up to your house, but I ain't driving through the fucking gate. Something's not right with him.
I wonder if he was BP.
Yeah.
Was he a BP?
No, he was from Merritt Island. He wasn't even from the area.
Oh shit!
Like 30 miles, 40 miles away.
But where was he from? Was he like locally from here or
No, Merritt Island.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't even know what the hell he was doing down here. I don't know if he was at the bar in town, but it's like it was a
if he
mystery,
was sober- if
and
he
the
was
cops
sober-
couldn't get nothing out of him anyways. And he was sober. He passed roadside sobriety and breathalyzer and all that. And it was, well, the dude's not right. Something's not right. What he did was not right. But it's like,
That's what they say. They say he passed it all. Like Leo said, maybe they just didn't want to deal with this shit.
That's what I'm saying. You know, like he said, it was during the
I don't
Frog Lake
know.
Festival.
They were
They didn't want to
very
deal with that
anxious
bullshit.
to deal. They were very anxious to do something.
Oh, were they?
Oh yeah, they didn't take them freaking like.
You called it in?
20
You
seconds.
guys called it in?
No,
Your
my
parents-
mother did.
Your mother
Just
called it?
before she was able to get me out of bed, and like on the phone. I got the phone, and I'm getting the message like, "Don't go outside with your gun. Don't go
Oh, yeah.
outside
I
shooting.
remember you telling me about
Don't
that.
go outside shooting." I'm like, "What?" Now I'm looking for my gun.
Yeah,
What do you
absolutely.
mean?
The
Don't go
first-
out shooting.
The
I'm going
first
out
thing
shooting.
you're gonna do is
I
go
mean,
look for your
absolutely.
gun.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
mean, that's
what's
absolute-
going on? What's going on? And they're
I
like,
wake
oh,
up to
somebody
that,
just drove through the
shit.
gate and walked up to the house and this and that, but he's on the way out now. Don't shoot. Your father's out there somewhere. It's like,
What do you mean he's out there somewhere?
So-
Definitely I'm going to go.
so
out.
Mike,
damn, what
Mike,
the hell is
Let me
happening
guess. You
here?
went outside with your gun.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I
but-
would have
yeah,
too. If I
yeah,
got that
yeah.
message, shit.
Yeah, I need to see what's
Right?
going on. Well, it's just, yeah, I didn't know what the hell was going on.
Ah, man, that's crazy.
And how the hell, like, you
you
walk, they good for him and us, because I don't know if I would have been prepared. It worried me more than anything, because if he'd came to my door, which would have been locked, but I wouldn't have been prepared to walk to the door and see a stranger in the window.
Oh well, I'm
I
sure
would
you.
have freaked
so-
the fuck out.
I'm sure you would have heard the
here's-
knocking
Out
though.
there, 'cause,
You would
like,
have heard
you
the
don't
knock.
come on people's property.
And
Oh,
here's-
you would have heard the knocking, Mike.
And
You would have
here's-
heard the knocking.
Here's the
And you
thing.
would have been
Me-
like,
Yeah, but to
Af-
see a stranger, I would be
after
thinking it was
midnight-
my parents or something.
After
freak me
midnight,
the
if somebody
fuck out,
came to
boy.
my door, I'm not
freak
I
the
got
going.
fuck out
chills
now.
right now.
I'm
I'm
not
freak
going
the
to the
fuck
door
out
without my
now.
gun.
Looking out there, see if I see.
Yeah,
that
see,
shit.
and that's why like I didn't feel like I would have been prepared to handle that.
Right.
Like to
Right.
go,
So
I
it
would think
could've-
it was my parents beating on the door for some reason, health reasons, and then looking through the window and seeing a stranger at my door.
You get him.
Yeah, bunch of
Dang.
ATVs.
Bunch of ATVs and a Polaris Razor just went flying by.
Vince,
Welcome to
you
VLE.
look at Vince's face.
I wish I had mine with me. I'd go join them.
That's pretty badass, isn't it?
But yeah, that was pretty freaky, man. And
Hell yeah,
like
man,
out
that shit
there, you
would've
just
freaked me
don't
the
come
fuck
on
out too,
people's
man.
property like that.
You know, and especially when you live out
No.
there, like, you know, it's like you said, is what is it, rural?
I don't know. It's like farmland. You just
Yeah,
don't-
you know, it's just
especially if there's a gate.
yeah, it's
Rural.
rural.
what you're
Yeah,
trying to-
you know, it takes a while to get out there, and you're out in the middle of like pretty much nowhere, you know. But
Well, we shoot coyotes and alligators if they're on your property or whatever.
yeah,
You know,
like
the-
you were saying,
the-
you know, you shoot your
you
guns
just
out there.
don't.
Nobody
You just
worries
don't
about
go
that.
on other people's property though if there's
And
a
in-
gate.
Yeah, I mean,
My
area
neighbor,
like that,
when,
you know, almost
when we
everybody's
first
got a
moved
gun.
in there, the neighbor was a real busybody, and he would just pull up on the 4-wheeler and come and go as he pleased. And when we finally put up a gate, he got offended. He was like, "Well, you know, I can't just come on over anymore." It's like,
That's part of it.
yeah, that's part of the
Part of the
reason.
nice thing.
That's what the gate's for. You know, it's like, good, it's doing its job. Well, how do I'm like, well, you got the number, like you can call first. You know, it's like,
Oh, so you never was just coming over whenever he felt like
he
it.
pulled right up at my parents' house on his 4-wheeler, you know, and he's a big dude. He's an older guy, but just a busybody. Knew everybody's business that would let him.
Right.
It was not for us. You know, we moved out there to get away from that kind of shit.
Right.
And then he
So
felt some
that's
type
why
of way.
good good fences make good neighbors.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got moved out there to get away from freaking neighbors.
Yeah,
So
that's crazy.
I mean, he's still a good guy. But that he called the other day. That was him talking about gunshots and heard one go through the grass beside him. I don't doubt it. No doubt.
Right
it.
beside him, though, Mike. I mean,
Man,
I've heard
when we
of-
moved in there.
I-
There was a gun. There was a gun bullet hole in the freaking door. when
In
we
yours?
moved in there. Yeah.
And then there
yeah,
was and then there was another one by the window, wasn't there?
yeah. 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 Yeah.
But it might have been
Yeah,
the
we
same
had to
one from the
replace
door
all that.
through the
Yeah,
window.
yeah, we
you know, it's
replaced
crazy.
we replaced those windows. Yeah. But yeah.
But yeah, Vince. I mean, I don't know, Vince. I mean, I would get me myself if I had the money and money to just blow and not have to worry about it. I think I would get a tax for the fully automatic, and I'd get me a fully automatic gun.
Yeah, if I
Why
had the
not?
money, if I had the money to buy,
Yeah, and I'd probably go out to Arizona with my gun and shoot that bitch out there
why you gotta go to Arizona?
like damn Brazilian, because nobody's probably gonna let me shoot it here in Florida. Where am I gonna go?
There's places here.
Where?
There's places. You just gotta find
Out in
them.
the ocean?
Nah, you can shoot a fully automatic.
I might sink that. Bitch.
Well, there's a Machine Gun USA. I think is in Kissimmee. There might be one in Melbourne. I'm not sure, but
I think
there's places where you can go and rent
I-
range
I-
time and rent the gun. And
I was just
Really?
gonna say,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah. Kissimmee.
pretty sure the indoor range we went to in Melbourne, they had that separate range. It was for rifles.
Uh-huh.
I think if you rent the whole range, you can go in there and use a fully automatic.
I don't know.
But you
about
would have
that.
to rent
I
the
don't know.
fully automatic.
But that was a long time ago when we
Oh
went
yeah,
there, and I'm
And
pretty
pay
sure I
for
heard
the
them
ammo
saying
too.
something. Yeah, you got to
Think
rent
about
it.
the ammo.
Yeah, and you can rent. You can rent guns there too when you go to shoot.
Yeah, try them out.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be bad, no. You know, I mean, I've always wanted to shoot something like that, but man, I mean, can you imagine the ammo? Just, you're done.
30 rounds in 2 seconds.
That's $400 for you, sir.
Yeah,
What do you mean
even just without an automatic, like you blow through ammo so quick, it's scary. Like I don't even want to go to the range anymore.
Yeah,
Every shot counts at
I
this
don't
point.
go very often anymore
No,
either.
it's like every
just-
shot counts.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're better off just you can practice dry firing from home.
Don't they have some kind of like a simulator that you can put on your gun or something?
So
like that?
actually-
they have a couple. Yeah,
There's a couple. We actually were watching a video of one the other day. It's a new one where you basically it's like putting a bullet in your gun, but it's not a bullet. It's like it's a laser.
I'd be kind of scared though.
You put it in the chamber just like a real bullet.
Right?
But there's no way
Run
for it
around
to
the house
fire.
pulling the trigger.
But then you have like your TV screen and you have
That'd be
targets on
blown
it.
the fuck
yeah,
out.
so it looks like you're shooting your TV screen, but there's like moving targets on the screen, and from a long distance you can shoot them, and then it's supposed to be just like real target practice,
Right.
Without having to waste expensive ammo.
Huh. That's not bad. It's probably an arm and a leg, though. You know, I'm sure it's pretty expensive.
I looked. I can't remember. I want to say maybe $1,500 or $2,500 or
think
something.
so?
It was a little pricey.
Huh.
Yeah, so let's check this out real quick. Let's see if I can get this to work here.
Yeah, that's fine. Take your time, Mike. Sure. No, but
I
yeah,
don't know
hopefully
if it'll
next time,
work.
next time that we come on here, maybe we could have video and stuff like that on each other. Because I think this right here, like this, would be pretty cool. Vince,
The
I have another
sharing
one
of
like this.
biased and false
False news has become all too common on social media.
Yeah, you'll be able to see on the video, it's all the fake news. You're talking about misinformation. This is what I was going to put on there. So here.
Well, I heard that it doesn't cure it, and it doesn't.
This is Fauci and the mayor of like DC going home to home trying to get people to get vaccinated right there.
Chance
And they're
that
getting
you do
roasted
get it,
by
even if you're
like
vaccinated. It's a very you don't
not
even feel sick.
middle
It's like
class,
you don't even know
working
you got
class
infected.
people.
It's very, very good at protecting you.
Just the Anacostia, so get up there. Okay.
All right, see you later.
The people in America are not settled with the information that's been given to us right now. So I'm not going to be lining up taking a shot or a vaccination for something that wasn't clear in the first place. And then you all create a shot in miraculous time. It takes years to create vaccination.
Well, it used to take years.
Okay, it used to.
You know how many years were invested in this approach? About 20 years of science to get us to be able
20
to
years
do
is
it.
not enough. And 9 months is definitely not
No.
enough for nobody to be taking no vaccination that you all came up with.
Ooh.
The only reason I'm talking
I agree,
to you
though.
right now, as close as we are,
Yep.
is that I've been vaccinated.
Right.
But if it allows thousands of people like
But you
you
bought
don't get
into it.
vaccinated, you're going to let this virus continue to percolate in this country and in this world.
Something like the common flu then, right?
Right?
And not
It's
like
much
Thank
more
you.
serious than the flu.
Well, the flu kills a lot of people
Yeah.
annually too.
You know how many people died of the flu the last year?
Yeah, just shut
I mean,
up
not
now,
this year,
Fauci.
virtually none. But the previous
Right.
year,
Right.
about 20 to
Virtually
30,000.
none.
You know how many people have died from COVID-19 in the United States? 600,000 Americans.
Yeah.
Well, the number that you all given that died, that once again, that's you all's number.
You going to pass.
Yeah, definitely. Because when you start talking about paying people to get vaccinated, when you start talking about incentivizing things to get people vaccinated, it's something else going on with that.
Thank you. Thank you.
It is something going on
There's
with
something
it.
else
You're
going
right.
on
But
with
I'm
that.
glad millions of people like me and most everybody here.
She's like a
didn't get
mayor
it.
or
And you know what their
something like
incentive
that.
was? Protecting their health and protecting the city. But I will
Hey,
give you a
that's
good
okay.
one.
Good for you, man. Go ahead. Keep doing what you're doing, girl.
Our campaign is about fear. It's about inciting fear in people. You all attack people
Damn.
with fear. That's what this pandemic is.
He was not holding back.
No, that's good for him, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I like that. Send that to me. I want to share that.
It's on Twitter somewhere.
Oh, save it.
No.
Oh, you're on Twitter?
Yeah. Yeah, that was shared by a few outlets. That was one of the trending things, and of course,
If you were to
Elon.
get infected, you could pass
Oh,
it
it's
on
gonna
to
play
them.
again. Let me
So
shut
you're
this up
actually
real quick.
protecting your family by getting him vaccinated.
Well,
Yeah. Anyway, so we're running up on another half hour.
Yeah,
so
anyway,
this
so
week's
we're
been a
gonna
pretty good
kinda-
one. I don't know. We'll play around with software and see
Yeah, definitely.
what we do next. We were with
We're manifesting. Everything that we manifest seems like it comes to reality. Don't you think, Vince?
Well,
when we talk about it, it might not be like next week. We say next week, but we're pretty much just thinking,
it's whatever. We don't even know what day we'll meet next week.
Mhm. Changes every
Yeah.
week.
That's right, because we live in the now.
Yeah, I mean, we try to keep it consistent and get something out there. I'd like to get it out there before Friday, but
If anybody's listening, man, if you guys want to come out here see what we
Or just
talk
chill
about.
out in the
Chill
garage.
out and hang
Yeah.
out with us. You know, feel free
Get a
to
bite
reach
to
out
eat.
for us and let us know that you guys want to come out here and we'll chit chat. Let you guys in our conversations real quick. Mike, Vince.
Yeah, don't forget to give us a like and a follow on Spotify, Apple, YouTube. Definitely follow us on YouTube. If you're on Rumble, check us out on Rumble because that's kind of like a new space we're going to put the video out on. But the video will be out on YouTube, Rumble, and Spotify, and the audio will be everywhere else it's normally been if you've listened to us before. If you're new to us, check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, what is it, Pandora, iHeartRadio,
You name
Stitcher.
it. You name it. It's out there.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So don't forget to give us a like, give us a share, because we are your favorite host.
Peace. We're out.